Hey YouTube, second flight here. So I've got a 22 4S 30C in it this time, and this time I'm going to attempt a normal non-safe takeoff here with us. So we'll see how this performs here. But just to note, this plane is hard to track anyways because of its size. With today's backdrop, it is incredibly hard to track. So we'll see what kind of footage part-timer can get here today, but you know, we may be limited on that front. So, but let's put this up in the air and see what we got here. Yeah, it goes up a little bit quicker. Going up, coming back down. Flying by. So yeah, much quicker rollout there with non-safe, and that's expected. Safe does limit your angle of attack. On the newer models, you can change some of that stuff with forward programming. This doesn't have that, so you'd have to upgrade, I believe, to a different, like an AR631 in it if you'd want to do that. We're going to try and practice some touch and goes with this here, just for part-timers' benefit here. This plane, again, is going to be very hard to track against this backdrop, but this is probably the only opportunity I have to fly in the last couple weeks, and maybe going into next weekend and beyond. So thought I'd get out here and try it. We're also going to be taking a shot at flying the new FMS F86 Sabre, but I wanted to get my feet wet with this because it's been a couple weeks since I put something in the air. So you can see that was a safe takeoff, and how it just all of a sudden it goes. The other thing with this plane that the front nose wheel can wear down over time, and it decreases the angle of attack on the wing. I was having a really big issue. In fact, one of the crashes happened when it didn't take off, but didn't realize over the years or the many flights I had on it that I had worn down the front nose wheel to the point where it was affecting that. Got a new nose wheel, and that solved the problem. So just something to keep in mind on this jet. And then one of those where you're like, okay, is it gonna go or not? We'll come around here and just do a pass over the runway. Well, this is actually a pretty good sounding jet for a 64. Fun to fly. Day like today, it's a little challenging with the backdrop and everything as far as orientation and such. The aggressor camo that they have on this probably allows you to fly it in a day like today. Like the FMS version of this is pretty much just gray. Ain't no way I would put that up in the air today. All right, we'll try another touch and go here, and then we'll bring it to a stop. We'll get better footage of this probably next spring, or if we get some nice weather in the winter here, we'll see. El Nino may help with that. You can see it sinking there, putting a little throttle to take care of the descent rate, and on you go. But I just wanted to get this up since I've had it fixed I've had some people on the channel asking about this plane and whether I had it or not, and I do. I just hadn't flown it in a long time because it's been one of my many projects to do, and of course with the way the weather has been, I've had time to work on my projects. Can't fly. So alright, we'll bring this into a stop. No throttle here because I came in kind of high. We'll bring it back in. There we go. Alright. So yeah, if you're good with your management on throttle, there's plenty of runway to land. It's more the takeoff, and that's if you're doing it in safe. Now I am running bone stock setup on this, so you could probably adjust your servos and throws to 125% and help that. You kind of saw how much quicker it got off the ground in a non-safe takeoff. So, thanks again for watching YouTube. Like and subscribe, hit the bell, and let YouTube know this is the type of content you want to see. Wishing everybody happy holidays out there. Mark with Ultimate RC. Hey YouTube, Mark with Ultimate RC. First time on the channel, but certainly not new to me. I have my Eflite F15 64mm Eagle. This is actually the second one that I have. This was the second plane I flew as far as EDF is after the HABU STS. So they've taken a lot of abuses over the years. This one is basically what's left of the two, if you will. But had to do work on it. It's been sitting in the basement since probably early last spring. When I tried to do a hand launch flight on it, when it came into land, it broke because I had already crashed it on the where this always breaks, which is right in front of the intakes there. And so finally got it repaired. Wanted to get it on the channel. It's the day before Christmas Eve. It's almost 50 degrees here in Wisconsin, but was foggy up until about noon. So don't know how well this is going to track in the sky. We also have our new Sony camera here, so bear with us. We'll see what comes out of this. Here we go. All right, we're up. What was that interesting? I didn't do that on that waggle. I don't know if you're going to have been able to see that. We'll come by here. So I do fly, of course, takeoffs and safe with this. You do need a bit of runway for that with this plane. Haven't done much, haven't flown this in a while, so I've not done much in regards to non-safe takeoffs with this, and whether you have a shorter porch or but you do need a bit of runway to get this up in the air. So a parking lot like this is good. But this is a really nice tame airframe. A good potentially second EDF for somebody, maybe even a first, depending upon your experience level. But it is a delta wing, so that requires a little bit of difference on the landing.
Normal mode.
Go up with it.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Pretty stable flyer. I have this in high rates. It does have quite the roll rate. That's the only thing about this plane. I think I have this tamed back a little bit.
Safe mode.
We're going to practice a landing here. Coming around. See if we can make this a touch and go. Put a little power back in. She's sailing. Not bad. She definitely sailed a little bit. We'll come around, try a stop here. You can keep the nose slightly up, and then when she starts descending too much, you bring power back in. Not too much. There we go. That was actually one of my better landings, considering I haven't flown this thing in a while. I usually use a lot of the runway here, but I think I'm getting better overall with landings. I'll have to check what pack I put in here. I brought both 30C and 50C. So we'll see. I want to maybe get at least one more flight with this on the other pack. Let's take a look and see which one I stuck in. I don't even know. My guess would be 30C. Although again, this plane has a ton of flights on it, so I don't know EDF wise and things like that. This was the 50C. A little warm, would expect that. So we'll do a 30C flight, and so you can see the difference on this. I'll be right back. Mark with Ultimate RC.